6 year as the Symposium Research Chair, I had the opportunity to talk about the past 6 years of research that's been done with the Symposium, and looking at particularly the different trends that have happened in those 6 years since Rosenthal started it back in 2004, and looking at the ideas of how news work particularly has been a big focus, looking at how the journalists operate and the different types of situations they've had to operate within, looking at how much the audience has been a big key component of studying where research is heading, and looking at how they are participating in it from the standpoint of user-generated content, participatory citizen journalism. Also looking at blogs, that was another big theme that came out over the past 6 years, and how much the blogs, whether they were created by bloggers or journalists as bloggers, and the issues that that creates as a new genre for the industry, and the potential issues that that raises, as well as the ethical considerations, was another aspect of the research that's been shown over the past 6 years. Also looking at how much the news usage and habit of going online for news has also been a key component of the research over the past 6 years as well. One of the nice opportunities to have in looking at the past 6 years is you can kind of think, where might it be heading in the next 6 years, say, for instance, or 10 years. And some of the key points I was mentioning during the presentation was looking at, of course, mobile platforms and where that might be heading, and the influence of mobile platforms on news production process, as well as how much that will have an influence on how the journalist does their work and how the audience gets the news. Also looking at semantic web and how that will change the way in which news is presented and delivered, as well as cloud computing, and the idea of how cloud computing is really going to change the content distribution and production method for newsrooms, and trying to figure out how they're going to deal with that as more and more of the industry is heading in that direction. Also looking at how web design and usability and the genre of writing online are going to be transforming as well, and looking at it as a narrative, unique narrative to the web, and how that will be for research for scholars to go after for the coming years. I think it was a great idea that Rosenthal had back in 2004 when he had the idea, well, let's make it not just a one-day event where media professionals come in from all over the world to talk with each other. Let's bring in the academy, bring in the scholars, the researchers from all over the world to be together in the same room for the 2 days, to have a chance to collaborate, talk, interact, discuss ideas that are happening, because there's so many parallels between those two areas of the media world as well as the academic world, in which they need to work more together more now than ever in innovating and identifying where the future of journalism is going to head.